Hey, yo, how old are you? Now, I ain't talking about what you're looking at on your ID or your birth certificate. I'm talking about your real age. Oh, you don't know you're older than what you think you are? Oh, this is going to be good. Keep watching. Welcome back to another episode of Motivational Monday with me, your boy Jai. Like always, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you're notified whenever we release new content. And this year, we got a lot on the table. Also, if you haven't already joined my community, make sure you text your name and email to 706-591-6569. That way you can join the community and you will get exclusive dibs on everything that we got going on, from music to merch to concerts to live events, you name it, including this podcast was only going to be available on the app. So in order for you to get notified about the app, make sure you join the community. Again, if you haven't already, send your name and email to 706-591-6569. All right, with that being said, let's jump right into the topic. So today's topic is you're older than what you think you are. See, the Bible tells us, I think it's in the book of Jeremiah, that before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you, I set you apart and ordained you prophet to the nations. Now, let's think about that for a second. He's saying, before you was conceived by your mother and your father, I knew you. And I gave you giftings, talents, resources, purpose, destiny, and all that in heaven before I even had your mother and father conceive you. Which means you existed before you was inside of your mom's belly, which means you are older than what you think you are. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? Now let's go a little bit deeper. He said, I set you apart. That's why there are certain things you can do like can't nobody else do, right? There's certain skill set that you have. There's certain way that you talk. There's certain way that you put things together. There is a super gift or a superpower that you know that you can do and can't nobody else quite do it the way you do it. Because he said, I set you apart, meaning I gave you talents, giftings, resources, purpose, a way of thinking, a way of interpreting things, a way of putting things together. I gave it to you all the way in heaven so that now when you get on this earth, you're supposed to use those things to bring people to the kingdom of God. It's that simple. Now, it goes on and said, I set you apart and I ordained you prophet to the nations. Most people think of prophet or prophecy as in someone getting up and telling somebody something about themselves, which that is a form of prophecy. But just sharing the good news of the gospel is prophecy. Me going around and telling somebody how God did something for me, which ultimately changed the way I thought, which ultimately led me into getting into his word, which ultimately led me to surrendering my life and getting baptized, and the old me going down, the new me coming up. And because I did that, he started doing this. He changed this. He changed the way I thought, and it changed my outcome. He mended relationships and so forth and so forth. That is prophecy. So he's saying, before I put you in your mother's belly, before your dad and your mom got together to make you, I knew you. You existed. You had a relationship with me. I gave you things that you're supposed to use once you come out of your mother's belly, and you're supposed to use those things to proclaim the name of the gospel of Jesus Christ, and proclaim his name as King of Kings and Lord of Lords, so that other people can come to the kingdom of God. Now, the only problem is I gave y'all free will. That's what he said. I gave you free will, so you can make your own choice. I'm not going to force you to do any of these things, but these things are alive inside of you. So my challenge is for you to tap into yourself, find out who you are and whose you are, and I want you to find out what those giftings, talents, and resources are, and I want you to begin to use those to bring other people to the kingdom of God. All right, so that's all the time we have for you guys this week. I pray you have an awesome and victorious week, and until next time, Godspeed.